Well, good afternoon. Good morning, everybody. It's been a long weekend for me, and so I guess I can't figure out what time of day it is. But anyways, what an honor it is to be here with all of you. It's just such a wonderful day here in New England, here in Massachusetts, and I am running for the United States Senate in New Hampshire. And my intent is to replace Senator Maggie Hassan, who hasn't been doing her job for America, for Granite Staters, and most importantly for New Englanders. And we have to make a change, and that change is now. But more importantly, I'm here to talk about patriotism. I'm here to talk about patriots. I'm here to talk about sacrifice. And this table behind me, these tables behind me, represent that in such a significant way. We heard an excerpt from the movie Patton, and we heard the words that were being said there. And we heard Patton talk about service and sacrifice and commitment. More importantly, we heard him talk about how to win. And we've forgotten how to win in this country. We certainly have. And we need to replace the losing that we're seeing with winning. And the only way to do that is to change the people that we have that have consistently been doing the losing. And we can see them, and they're clear. And I am convinced that God is shedding a light on that for us. How much worse is it going to get before we start to remember what it takes in order to maintain freedom? And that sacrifice of our families and our family members and our communities to keep this country strong. And I think that people have forgotten about God and how important God is in our lives. We have removed God from the public square, and we've kind of forgot what God represents and all the things that we need to understand. And one of them is public service and selfless service. Everywhere you look in the Bible, everywhere you look in the example of God and Jesus, you see public service, you see sacrifice, you see doing something because you believe in something bigger than yourself. And you don't have to go any further than Isaiah 6:8 to find that, because you see it embodied in these 13 here, in our Medal of Honor recipient there, and the many veterans out here, and other public servants. We just saw a representation of that with the Navy and the U.S. Army presenting our beautiful colors. Those colors that represent freedom, that represent honor, not only here in this country, but across the world. And Isaiah 6:8 is very powerful. I heard a voice of the Lord say, "Whom shall I send? Who will go for us?" Then I heard a voice say, "Here I am, send me." And that's what we need now. Sending people to our local governments, our state government, our federal government, that believe in public service, that believe in the power of the people and individual freedoms. And it's the only way that we are going to be able to protect those is by sending people there that believe in them, that believe in protecting your rights, your God-given rights, your inalienable rights that God gave you. We didn't get those rights from any other place, and we profoundly believe that. And we're being told every single day that that's not true. These 13 here, and the many that have gone before them, are the latest example of this kind of sacrifice. That I will go and serve you, even though I may know that under your policies and under your strategies, we may not be successful. But I am serving a higher purpose. I am serving the men and women who stand next to me. I am serving our great nation. I am serving the great people in this nation. And yes, even in the absence of effective leadership, good policy, and good military strategy, I will still sacrifice my life. Well, there's another equation to that. And that is the part that's been missing. And that is the leaders that honor that service and honor that sacrifice and honor that intent, that are failing them and failing us. And it's why we are losing. It is why this country is hurting in every major area. Economically, fiscally, safety and security. We have a military that knows how to do its job, but it's not being led by people that know how to do their job. We have a government of the people, by the people, and for the people that is not honoring that, that is working for themselves, to keep themselves in power, and not for you, and not for your families, and not for your children, and not for a sound education that ensures our nation has the foundations it needs in order to be successful. We see it every day. The reason this gathering is so powerful, and it doesn't matter if it's 2, 3, 4, 12, 1,200, 12,000. What is important here is what you're representing. And that is another Bible verse that I found to be very powerful. And I used it as a commander in the military. And that is Psalms 1331, that simply states, "It is good and pleasing when men and women dwell together." And we dwell together in a common purpose. And that common purpose here today is to honor sacrifice, to honor patriotism, to see how that patriotism ensures the success of this great nation. And the example that this great nation serves to many other countries in the world. I've served in 3/4 of the countries of this world. I have talked to many people. And the beacon of light that this nation shines, not only over our own country, but over this world, is what they count on. It's a place for them to know exists, that's going to promote life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that is going to promote freedom, and more importantly, fight tyranny wherever it happens to be. If it's in the state capitol, if it's in the federal capitol, if it's on a battlefield, we will be there. We will be there to fight it. And we will return freedom. We can't take for granted the efforts of a few at the top to undermine our freedoms. The people in Germany did it not too long ago, lest we forget. And they thought, no, this will never happen. People will never fall for this. People will never be brainwashed. And what happened? They were brainwashed. They stood by, and millions died. And if it wasn't for America, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we have today. And I am worried for our country. Not because I don't think we have great people in this country, but because I think we have the wrong people in charge of this country. So lastly, we do have a battle. We do have a war. We do. And right now it's a political battle and a political war. And I would prefer to fight it there than under another scenario. But we must be prepared to stand up for our freedom, the freedoms of others, even those that we disagree with, that don't see that their freedoms are being threatened. And I want to do that in the political realm. That's why I am running for the United States Senate. Not because I want to, not because I think I'm a politician or a great senator, but because I've been asked by others who are worried. And I stood for 33.5 years. I know what sacrifice is. My family knows what sacrifice is. And we're willing to grab the reins of freedom and go serve again. Go serve you, to be your public servant, to do the battle for you with our hands, with our mind, to return common sense and critical thinking to the processes out there, right? Because it's gone. We've lost it. Where the hell have it gone? Where the hell did it go? Common sense is uncommon. Let's bring it back. Critical thinking. we throw it out. We want the fear, uncertainty, and divisiveness and control of others to grab a hold of us. So in Psalms 1:4-4-1, God said, I will prepare your hands for battle and your fingers for war. And what he meant by that was, there is a lot of things out there that you need to fight for. And unless you have the heart to do it, you're going to lose it. And that's where we're at now. This is not hyperbole. This is fact. Look around. We can see it. And by virtue of the fact of you being here, I know you know it. And we got to stand strong against those who would ridicule us, against those who would call us names. I've been called every name under the book, right? In one venue, the politicians call me a great hero and serviceman to our country. And in the other venue, they call me a racist, right? They call me a hater of women. They call me all kinds of other names. How can I be both? On one side, I'm this. On the other side, I'm that. That makes absolute no sense, because I don't do it to them, right? I treat them the same in every venue. And I think that's a dichotomy that we need to take home, because the very people that I am running against will call me a hero on one day and a racist, fascist pig on another day. I think that's wrong. I am the same person all the way around. I love this country. I love you. I will stand with you, whether it's a political battle or other types of battle. These sacrifices can never go in vain. I lost 72 service members in 10 tours in Afghanistan. 72. I will be damned if I allow their sacrifice and the sacrifice of their families to go in vain. God bless America, and live free or die. Thank you very much.